Hi Earth signs and welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia. If this is your first time here, then thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today I am doing the Tarology here for all of the Earth signs. So I will be going briefly into the astrology of what's happening up in the skies for you guys, and then I will be going into your tarot readings. But if you're not interested in astrology, you can just skip all of that. If you visit the timestamps below, get your reading and it will all be there for you as usual. But for those of you who are interested in the astrology, I will be giving a brief overview of how it's going to impact earth signs in general, and then I will go into how it affects each of your houses within your sign. Not every single house, the houses that are going to be most influenced by the planetary movements. Kind of crazy time for all of us. We have had a huge reset with Saturn entering Aries. I think it was earlier on in February. I forget the exact date. There's been so many movements, guys. So much going on in the skies. You wouldn't believe how much activity is up there at the moment. So if you're feeling a little bit unstable, if you feel like you're in a place between the past and the present, that's exactly where you need to be, even though it may not be comfortable, particularly in earth signs. So we have just moved into Pisces season, so happy birthday to any of you that may be a Pisces sun or have strong Pisces placements. We've just come out of that very logical, straightforward thinking, futuristic Aquarian energy, and we're now moving into that softer, more intuitive, boundaryless energy that is Pisces. Now we have Mercury in retrograde as of, I think it was yesterday, or 26th of February, which was yesterday of the day of I'm recording this. So we may be seeing some miscommunications. Yes, that's what happens when Mercury retrogrades. When Mercury goes retrograde, it often brings in miscommunications, people from the past, situation from the past, and unresolved issues. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So yes, Virgo, this is all your fault. I'm joking. Sorry, I rib Virgos a little bit because I am one, so you say it with love. It's not Virgo's fault, nor Gemini, or we can share the blame with Gemini. If there's Gemini's watching and Virgo's watching, if we're getting side-eye from the other signs, that'll be why. Anyway. So we're seeing Mercury retrograde through Pisces, which means that there's going to be some mental fogs. A lot of us might find ourselves lost in thought a lot of the time, a lot of daydreaming going on, particularly daydream about things that went on in the past. So just be mindful of spending too much time there. Nostalgia is going to be quite a theme throughout the next couple of weeks. So don't be surprised if you see those exes coming back, particularly around the 28th, actually the day I am dropping this video for you, Earth signs. Venus is retrograding Mercury in Pisces as well. So Venus, that lovely planet of love, she's also moving backwards. So this is absolute prime rib energy for exes coming back from the past, wanting to resolve some unresolved issues or open up Pandora's box to more issues. Who knows with them, guys? Who knows? You yourself might be also feeling a little bit nostalgic, maybe looking back over past relationships, thinking about things that went wrong, things that went right. But please do be careful with this. With Mercury being in retrograde, logic is going to be a little bit wavy and a little bit foggy, as Mercury does not do very well in Pisces. Sorry to any Pisceans. Mercury likes boundaries, Mercury likes structure, Mercury likes data, Mercury likes yes or no situations. He wants to put everything in a nice, neat little box and put a bow on it. However, he's now in Pisces energy, which is his opposite sign. So with that Pisces energy, liking everything to be fluid, to be no borders, Pisces thrives in the grey areas of life. Those two energies are going to be fighting back and forth now till about the 20th of March, when Mercury will start going direct, but we will be in the post shadow of that energy for a couple of weeks afterwards. So this could run right into April. So with that energy, just be mindful of why you might be reaching out to anyone if you feel compelled to do so, because you may be amplifying all the good times and forgetting all the bad times and the reasons why the connection did not work out in the first place. Now, by all means, I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to reach out to somebody, you go ahead and do it. Just double check with yourself that it's coming from the right place, that you are wanting to work on a foundation that is healthy and productive for the both of you. Of all that energy, we also have Saturn conjuncting Neptune in Aries. This was a huge shift that happened, I think, last week or maybe the week before. Saturn has spent the past 3 years in Pisces. It's now starting a great reset. So Saturn has been all the way through the zodiac signs. It has taken him a long old time to get there because Saturn moves slowly. Saturn is the king of karma. He likes boundaries, he likes lessons as well. He is a bit of a taskmaster, guys, and he's now in that Aries energy. Aries likes to initiate, Aries likes the spark, Aries likes to go first, Aries likes to explore, Aries doesn't like to be caged in, where that's exactly what Saturn wants to do. So be mindful to all of the signs, regardless of your placements. You may feel an underlying restlessness to you as well. Saturn is brand new in Aries. He's coming in at the 0 degree point, so he's just getting reacquainted with that Aries energy. So he's really calling for all of us to look at our goals, look at our long-term vision, maybe start seeding some plans so that your visions can come to fruition. That's going to be extra prevalent over the next couple of weeks too, as Neptune is also conjuncting, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Neptune is the king of dreams. So this is literally a great placement for anyone who is working on a dream or a vision to really start putting those plans in place. We talked about it a little bit in Aquarius season. Well, now we've entered Pisces season with that Mercury retrograde. Double check those plans, and if you have some room to think even bigger and it looks realistic and achievable, then get that in your plans too. The sky is really the limit when it comes to goal setting and to personal development, personal achievement, and also spiritual growth. So for Taurus, this is going to affect your 11th house of community, social groups, and friendships. It's also the house of your long-term goals and visions. Anything that is bigger than yourself, basically, Taurus, is what your 11th house is all about. So be mindful on how you're talking to people, how you're communicating with others, and also how you are communicating your plans in particular. With that Mercury retrograde, you may see some misalignments with some of the social groups that you're in. You may be questioning that yourself. You might have others questioning you too. And you may be seeing behaviors that aren't quite aligning with the social setting that you want to find yourself in. You may also find yourself shifting or being more drawn to other types of people than you usually go for, also other groups, other places as well. For long-term visions, so long as they're founded in reality and they are taken in a strategic way, start maybe revisiting and re-looking at some of the things that you may have shelved in the past, Taurus. This is a great time, energetically speaking, to get on top of those projects that you have been wanting to do but have been putting off for some reason. And if you're in the middle of a project or building a goal or a dream, this is a great time just to go through the fine print and make sure that you're still on track to be where it is you want to be. So maybe redoing old business plans, looking at old budgets, things like that. It's also a really good time to go out networking. However, that retrograde energy, you just don't really want to commit yourself to anything long term right now. However, it is a great time to go information gathering for the future as well. For relationships, this is going to look like a pretty interesting month for you, Taurus, as Venus is conjuncting Mercury on the 28th. So if you are looking for a partnership or you're in a partnership, you may struggle with communication. Maybe people will be ghosting you or taking a long time to reply. Try not to take this personally, Taurus. Mercury only really likes people on our path during retrograde to stay on that path. So if there's someone who's not right for you or not energetically aligned, Mercury comes in every couple of times a year to sweep them out, as well as sweeping people back in from the past, just to test whether or not you still want to go back there. There's no right or wrong answer to that question, Taurus. It's about how you're feeling and also your personal development at the time. So don't lock yourself into long-term contracts or promises or agreements with romantic partners either. So just go with the flow, try and keep things steady, stable and balanced, as that's also what Venus lends her hand to. She as the planet of love, but also of balance, of wealth as well. So that's why it would be good for you to make some new business contacts during this season too. For Virgo, this is going to be a pretty significant retrograde for you. Not only is Mercury your ruling planet, it's also hitting your 7th house of love, romance and partnerships. So please be mindful that you may get some exes come back from the past. There may be miscommunication with new contacts and lovers. Also, avoid making any long-term promises while the energy's a little bit up in the air. See, what Mercury likes to do for us, he likes to do a clean sweep every couple of years. So this is one of his deep sweeps, particularly for his own people that are poor Virgoans that are going through this right now, as well as being in the South Node. This is the last thing we need, but we're used to it, guys. We've been going through it for about 2 years now. So Mercury's going to come in, he's going to pick up some older energies from the past. It's a little test, even though I don't really like to frame it that way, to see how far you've come and also how far they've come as well. Maybe you're both going to reconnect because you're now realigned, whereas you weren't in the past. For others, it will be vice versa. You were aligned in the past and maybe you're not so aligned now. So Mercury does this just as a checkpoint for us to see how far we've come on our spiritual journey, and also in the way we connect and form relationships with others. Mercury also doesn't like leaving things unresolved, so if there's anything left unsaid, this is the time to say it. So often the difficult communications and miscommunications, particularly with current partners, are a way to bring up things that need to be resolved that might be bothering your energy. So even though initially it might feel uncomfortable having these conversations or having these disagreements and maybe even arguments with what's going on with Saturn in Aries at the moment, it is for a higher purpose. It's so that those energies can be resolved, they can settle, so that you can free up your time, your energy and your resources to be getting on with the activities and interactions that are meaningful and fulfilling for you. So Virgo, Mercury isn't about trying to disappoint us. It's not about taking people away or situations. It's about helping us to reevaluate what it is that we actually want, where we want to direct all our efforts to, and are we building for ourselves or are we building for the people? Some people may be determined to misunderstand you. Some people may try extra hard to try to understand you. These are the key differences between the people who want to work with you and the people who are working against you. Mercury just wants you to have a smooth sailing experience through this life, the same for everyone else, even though some of those experiences may not be so comfortable. So my advice for these coming weeks would be to listen a little bit more than you speak. People are going to naturally reveal themselves through what they say. Also, behaviors and body language are also a form of communication ruled by Mercury Virgo, so don't forget about that either. Actions certainly do speak louder than words. So the best thing for you to do is not overly commit yourself to anything at the moment. Sit back, relax, and let people shift and organize themselves around you. By the end of the retrograde, it will be apparently and visibly clear which direction you want to go and who you want to go with. For Capricorn, this retrograde is going to be hitting your 3rd house of communication and mindset. It's also going to be focusing on your local environments and your local connections as well. So be careful of how you communicate with people closest to you. Some things may be said which haven't been said, some truths revealed. You may be also facing some emotional intensity at this time, as Saturn, your ruling planet, has just moved into Aries and is conjuncting Neptune. So you want to be mindful that whether or not what you're hearing is actually making logical sense, or you may be projecting an idea outwards into somewhere else or onto someone else, because Mercury really breaks down logical communication when he's in retrograde. Pisces having a very dreamlike, intuitive and nostalgic quality. It's lending that energy to all of your connections at the moment, and also Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so there are a few correspondences for you in the skies at the moment, Capricorn. You may find yourself drawn to old ideas and old visions as well. You might want to start new projects or even bring out old ones to revive. It's really a creative time for you at the moment, Capricorn, but be careful that you are not being lost in vision, and try and stay grounded as much as possible, as your normal energetic grounding may be a little bit off with that Virgoan influence in the skies. Key here, Capricorn, is to slow down your thinking. Do not make any rash decisions. Double check the fine print on everything. Just be super cautious with any verbal, written, or even body language communication that's around you. Also, with Mercury affecting your local relationships, you may have some problematic interactions with friends or people in the local community, or you might have some arguments at home as well. This is all for the greater good, even though it may not feel like it, Capricorn. It is a way of Mercury double checking where it is you're actually at in terms of the way you're connecting with other people, but also how you're connecting to yourself, and also how you are speaking your truth as well. You may be feeling extra nostalgic. Your thinking might also be a little bit scattered. You might also be a little bit easily distracted, Capricorn. Now, I know that's not an energy you guys are comfortable being in. You know what you're doing. You like to know where you're going, and you like to have a solid plan. Some of those plans may go off track. It's really just so you can actually revisit the plan and strengthen the plan to help you achieve your goals even faster than before. So the key for you, Capricorn, over the next coming weeks is really reframing your focus, reframing your ideas, and reframing any negative interactions that you might come across, and think, this is for my highest and greatest good. It's either revealing a person that should not be on your path, or it's unearthing things that are unsaid and helping to clean the slate with some connections in your life. With Venus also conjuncting this week, there's going to be a bit more emotional weight to the things that you say, and you may also find yourself a little bit more sensitive than usual to what is said to you. The key over the next couple of weeks for you, Capricorn, is just to take every day at a time. Be forgiving of yourself, be patient with yourself, be patient with other people too, and basically ride out the storm until we reach the end of the retrograde, which is on the 20th of March. Now, I don't like to tell people the retrogrades are always the bearer of bad news. They are, but it's for a greater good. It is to clear the pathway, clear the runway, as it were, so you can start making those plans, as Saturn, your ruler, is in Aries, conjuncting Neptune, trying to bring your plans into the 3D, your wishes to come true. Capricorn is doing the same for all of us. It's just the very start of the journey, so it's going to be a little bit rocky on entry, but as the year progresses and the energies start evening out, as Saturn starts getting used to that Aries energy, things are just going to get better and better for you. I'm going to jump into the tarot, as that's it for the Astrolo-Tea, and I do have my tea. I just don't drink it while I'm talking, because I know people don't like sipping noises. I drink it in between my little takes, and I was on a bit of a roll there. So I did drink it. You just didn't see me. Well, thank you so much for stopping here with me at the Zen Den and listening to your astrology forecast in the Astrolo-Tea section. And I will see you over at your timestamp. Hi Taurus, and welcome to your reading. We're doing things a little bit differently around here today, with it being the Mercury retrograde on the 26th. I thought it'd be a great week for us all just to sit and take stock about where we'd be at. So I thought I'd just check your energy, see what you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to go into a Celtic cross on this side of the board. We'll go into the crossing. That's your current energy, what you're leaving behind and what you're moving towards. And on this side of the board is the pathway. That's where we're going to see anything that you may encounter along the way, any opportunities, any obstacles, anything we need to know. Okay, can you show me Taurus, please? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Taurus, please. Can you show me Taurus? Taurus, this one wanted to come out. Okay, Page of Wands in your current energy, right. Oh, crossing you, the Tower. Oh, Taurus, what's going on? Supporting the reading, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, right, okay. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, Taurus. It's right there. In your exit, the Knight of Cups. Oh, okay, right, I see. I'm with you. I know what kind of reading this is. In your crown, the Page of Pentacles, good. And in your focus is temperance, healing, balance and time. So you're opening up to a new opportunity while simultaneously letting go of something you really cared about. That's sad, Taurus. Oh, I'm glad to see the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles are there for you though. So you do have grounding energies around you, which is nice. You're open, you've got a curious mind to whatever this is. You're not bursting towards it with the energy of 1,000 suns, Taurus, but you're with it. But that's to be expected with what it is that you're having to leave behind. Temperance ahead of you is time and healing. So you're going to be at this for a little while, Taurus, but it's all going to be good and every day is going to feel better than the day before it. So that's nice, little silver lining there, Taurus. Okay, let's go into the pathway. I will then clarify all the cards and I will, of course, pull you some universal advice at the end. Okay, can I please see the pathway? The pathway, okay. Oh, in your higher self advice is the Lovers, right, okay. There's something super aligned to you coming your way, Taurus. Now, it doesn't have to be a person. The Lovers strongly can be, but the Lovers just means an aligned choice, okay. Right, and the energy that surrounds you, and you might not be aware of it, the Page of Cups. Okay, I think it's a lover. You just let one go. I mean, Taurus, you're on fire here. In your hopes and fears, the King of Wands. And in the outcome, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Gorgeous. That's your card, my love. Well, actually, you're the you're the King of Pentacles. If we're going to get into specifics, right? The Knight of Pentacles is Capricorn. The Queen is Virgo, and the King is Taurus. Or sometimes people attribute the Knight of Pentacles to Virgo as well. Basically, all of the court cards hold a little bit of each of the signs, but you're mostly leaning King of Pentacles. Take it as it will. It doesn't really matter. I just gave you a little tarot lesson, that's all. Okay, so the Page of Cups is around you. You might not be aware of it. There's something, as much as you're opening up to something, there's something opening towards you as well. Matching in energy, small Page energy, okay? So I think these two are linked. They're also looking at each other. The King of Wands in your hopes and fears. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I don't know how much you know about the King of Wands, Taurus, but the King of Wands is about actualizing your own empowerment. So equally, that could be you. It could also be someone else. The court cards often represent people. So that could be your own self-empowerment, or it could be a powerful person that you're attaching to. But let's see. Let's go into the Page of Wands. Let's start with you, Taurus, and where you're at. Let's see what you're opening up to. Can you show me the Page of Wands, please, for Taurus? The Page of Wands for Taurus. The Page of Wands for Taurus. That's King of Wands. Okay, this is someone else. You're opening up to a King of Wands. The Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. I don't know if you know this person. The Eight of Swords can mean not knowing and being trapped in a particular mindset. And you've got the Four of Pentacles. So you are stuck somewhere with someone. Do you know this person already? Now I say it, I thought, do you know them or haven't you met them yet? I think you might know them. Okay, I'm going to go to the Tower. I kind of want to go to the Knight of Cups, but I'm going to go to the Tower first. No, that's too many cards, but they did want me to have the Three of Cups. Okay, there is definitely another energy here on the table with you. And, right, okay, 1 second. Cards are going a bit haywire in your energy, Taurus. We've got the Page of Swords and the Ten of Wands. It's like somebody's looking at the other person with a lot of... It's like them watching someone else is hard, or watching someone else have fun with another person or a group is difficult. I don't know if that caused a Tower moment. Maybe there was a third party situation, or maybe you were with somebody where, you know, they just didn't really like you going off out with other people. It's a bit of a possessive energy, if I'm honest with you. More that way inclined. Either somebody was with other people and that's what caused the rupture, as in a third party situation, or somebody was quite controlling and didn't like the other person going out with like a group of friends or something like that. Or didn't like them going out to family, or go to family events or anything, or it was quite restrictive. It comes from possession. I don't know who this king, I think it's this King of Wands person. And yeah, it would make sense for Pentacles, Eight of Swords. It's a very focused, possessive energy. Okay. And I feel it's directed towards you rather than you being that person, but switch that as you see fit. Right, I want to see that Knight of Cups in the exit. 1 second. The Knight of Cups in the exit. The Knight of Cups in the exit, please. Either way, there was an argument regarding other people outside of this partnership in some way. Okay, can I get the Knight of Cups, please? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, please. The Lovers, yeah, okay, this is the connection. The Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. I think you, Taurus, but again, switch this as you need to. You're the one who stopped giving to this connection. You were like, I'm not laying my cup here anymore. The Lovers is the connection itself. The Knight of Swords is something quick. And then the Five of Pentacles is loss and lack. So I think that you... And it seems to be coming from you, because you're showing me yourself as a knight or a page. This other person you're seeing as a king. There's an energetic imbalance between the two of you. For some reason, you position yourself as smaller than them and their needs more important. But I don't think you genuinely believe that. I think it's the way they may have positioned themselves, like they are more important than you. There's definitely a power imbalance in this one. For sure. Something's going to come up about somebody else, a third party situation, or somebody not liking the other one having any kind of social life outside of them. Jealousy. Like, where were you? You should have been back at this time. That kind of thing. And I think you've gotten suffocated by it over time. It's like you needed to break free. Sorry, that was my little stammer. Break free from whatever this is, being very restricted. Right, can I get the Ace of Pentacles supporting the reading? What's the point in all this, Ace of Pentacles? Where's this light at the end of the tunnel? Okay, well, I wanted these three, okay. The High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and the Empress. This is about aligning with your true self here. And stop dancing to other people's tunes. You'll be amazed, Taurus, what you can achieve when you're by yourself and you don't have such restrictions. Now, I don't know if this person is a lover. It could be a parent restricting you, a friend restricting you, a boss. I don't know. But you have an immense amount of personal energy and power, Taurus. If you would tap into that intuitively and find that spark within yourself, there is absolutely no stopping you. And this process is going to reveal that. Okay, the Page of Pentacles in the Crown. I think you're somehow aware of that on some level already. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, please. The Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, please. The Ten of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're putting a stop to this. It's like you've always hoped for this thing to balance itself out, for your happiness to be there. Some of you maybe have even wanted a family with this person, or maybe do share a family with this person. The equal give and take. It's right about maybe that happened once and not anymore, or you've realised that it's never going to. You're learning. You're learning about what it is you actually want and whether or not it's possible, and whether or not the person that you're currently with is going to be able to provide that, or you even want to build with them in the first place. I believe your answer is no, this is not what I want. This is not the type of dynamic that I want to be in. It probably was once, but not anymore. It's coming to a close, or it's just come to a close, and you're trying to understand why you even went through that in the first place. Well, it was to change you, and people change, Taurus. It's the whole point of life. You know, people say, what's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to find your meaning, and the meaning constantly changes because people change. You change. You're supposed to. The only constant is change. So something here has changed. Right, Temperance in your focus, please. Death, there's the ending. A start, there's a new wish. And the Ten of Pentacles towards a new stability. A shared stability at that. Ten of Pentacles is home. So you've got the Ten of Cups here with a big old Ten of Swords over it. That's another representative of home. So this is almost like, you see families here. These are families, but two different expressions of family. And family can be the family you choose, of course, friends. This is the emotional side of it, and this is the stability, physical side of it. You're showing me emotionally this doesn't carry you anymore. Ten of Swords. In the future, though, you've got something super solid. Since it's Pentacles, it's in reality and can be built on and built together with others. It's legacy. It's like inheritance, legacy, family structures, social groups. It's you with other people. So you have more flexibility with other people. Your wish is to connect with others and to build, whether it be friends or lovers. But in order to do that, you've got to end this, because this was a restrictive energy. You're shooting for 10 Pentacles. This person only gave you 5. See what I mean? It's like that. Okay, let's go into the higher self advice. The Lovers, please. I want to see what this is. The Lovers, please. Can you show me the Lovers for Taurus? The Lovers for Taurus, please. The Lovers for Taurus. The Lovers for Taurus, please. The Lovers for Taurus. The Five of Swords. The Two of Cups. And then the Three of Wands. There has been some distance, so this may have already happened for some of you. It happens a little bit in the readings. You get waves, so you've got Tauruses that are over here, just ending it. Some Taurus that are in the healing phase. Some Tauruses that are like well down the road. Three of Wands, someone at a distance watches you. They are conflicted. You're also conflicted as well. I think there may be some temptation to return, but it's coming more from a place of comfort, nostalgia, and the better the devil you know, rather than being for genuine connection. So you're not just drawing a line in this, or again towards you. It could be someone doing this towards you, Taurus. It's like not drawing a line in the sand. It's still like, you know, I care, I still watch this person, but I need my distance. But there is conflict over choosing to continue to be in this connection. It's great though, because you're taking a step back and getting a bird's eye view, and you're actually beginning to notice all the things that are wrong. Five of Swords. Can I get the Page of Cups, please, with Taurus? The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups in the energy that surrounds you, and you might not be aware of it. The Lovers. Again. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Someone's hanging on to you strong. Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone's hanging on to you very strongly. But it's so, so deceptive. Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles again, the Lovers. They're going to try and offer an apology or an amends or something like that, but their action's nowhere near as big as the damage, energetically speaking anyway. Their intention isn't pure either. It's very selfish. It's very selfish energy, very stubborn. It doesn't want to change. That includes losing you and you walking out, Taurus. I mean, they're going to come forward and say something, Page of Cups, but it's going to be a very meek, very, oh, well, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, rather than I'm sorry for being a shit, right? This is a deflector, I believe. But they want you. But every time you connect, there's distortion and you have taken your space. King of Wands, please. In the hopes and fears. I'm very curious about what this is for you, Taurus. This King of Wands, you told me, represents this individual. I think part of you is tempted to return there. Which is not a crime, Taurus, at all. It's not a crime. But you do risk just repeating another lesson. Because this person is not sincere. Yeah, Three of Swords. Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. I'm not telling you what to do, Taurus. I'm not telling you what to do. But you know exactly what is down that road if you go back down there. You know exactly what's waiting for you. That's why this person is in your hopes and fears. Of course you miss them. Of course you do. They weren't all, it wasn't all bad, Taurus. There was a reason why you went there in the first place, sure. But it turned sour. It looks like it's going to stay sour because this person has so much deceptive, controlling and disproportionately protective energy over you. It does come from protection, so in its positive comes from a nice place, but it's too much. It's smothering almost. Every time I try and talk to you about your own energy in your own reading about this person, it is just Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, King of Wands and Four of Pentacles. That combination is someone very stubborn, very set in their ways, and only wants to do things the way they want to do them. And they come here with a lovely apology, a little offering to try and make up for it. But it only appears in page energy. It's not nearly anywhere near the damage that's been done energetically. And even when they do that, Taurus, they've got the Seven of Swords in their energy. Deception. Strategy. This is just a plan to get Taurus back or stop Taurus from leaving. Not to actually change. But you, on the other hand, Taurus, is still very drawn to this person. So you're going to do what you're going to do. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what kind of lesson do you want next? Do you want a new one or do you want to repeat the old one? That's pretty much the choice. Okay, can I get the Queen of Cups? Both are fine, Taurus. We learn lessons over and over until we're ready to move on to the next one. If you're not ready, then you're not ready. You don't want to do these things prematurely. But at the same time, you also know, because I can see it, your High Priestess is down there telling you, it's been telling you the whole time, the hidden energies supporting the reading. Right, can I get the Queen of Pentacles in the outcome, please? The Queen of Pentacles in the outcome. The Eight of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles again, okay. The King of Swords. Well, at least we've got a different king this time. Probably ran out of King of Wands to show me. Bless your cotton heart. You're kind of saying, Taurus, I'm going to be different this time. And yeah, you are different this time. I won't disagree with you there. You have learnt some things, Page of Pentacles. King of Swords, you're showing me the want to be detached from this, to look at it objectively, to actually see if there's value, and also see if this person actually shows up and does something. So I think you'll accept their verbal apology, but then you're going to step back and actually observe what they do, which I think is a wise strategy, Taurus, if you're still on the fence about whoever this is. Watch what they do. The Queen of Pentacles takes care of herself and then she takes care of others second. So that's what you're going to do, Taurus. You're going to look after yourself, tend to your own garden, water your own plants. The Eight of Pentacles here, next to the Queen of Pentacles, shows me you are taking care of yourself and grounding. So I'm really happy to see that. That's wonderful. When it comes to this situation, Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, you're saying, I'm still learning, I'm still observing. I'm still learning, I'm still observing. Now, this intention is set for the Mercury retrograde season, which ends on the 20th of the month. So I think you'll be in that energy by the end of the month then. This person will come forward before then. And I think your strategy is not going to be to slam the door in their face, but just to wait, observe and see what they do. Which is okay, because again, you fear getting your heart broken again, Taurus. Of course you do. You're wondering whether or not this Ten of Cups can still be there for you. Either way, you are still building towards something real. This person might just be a little deviation, unless they change significantly, but that big old Seven of Swords in the middle there shows me they have not. Okay, right, can we get some universal advice for Taurus, please? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm lecturing you. I'm not, Taurus. You do whatever you need to do, okay? I don't know all the details. I just see the energy. Sorry, Taurus, that was about to fall asleep and I was about to lose you. You know, these things are very hard and difficult to do, so I don't blame you at all taking one last visit. Just make sure it's on your terms and it looks like you understand the mission there. Okay, for your advice, you've got the Three of Swords, you've got the Ten of Swords, and you've got the Fool. Taurus, I promise you, you saw me shuffle that. This is not me. Three of Swords means heartbreak. Ten of Swords means it's over, and the Fool means new beginning. Don't bother. That's the advice. You don't have to take it. The universe is like, don't bother. This is done. There's nothing here for you except for heartbreak. Eventually, you're going to go on a new path. You can either do it now or you can do it later on. Up to you, Taurus. Both me and the universe are giving you the same advice, but it's up to you. You're walking your own life. You're forging your own path here, and we support you the whole way through, no matter what decision you make. But if the universe had its way, you'd be on a brand new path to somewhere big and beautiful. But I think you should, you know, wait to see what this person says and make your mind up then. Anyway, Taurus, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot, and until next time, take care. Hi Virgo, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross today because I wanted to just get a snapshot of everyone's energies as we enter the Mercury retrograde. So we're going to, over on this side of the board, look at your crossing. That's where you currently are, what you're leaving behind and what you're moving towards. On the other side of the table, we will go into the pathway. Are there any opportunities or obstacles you may see along the way? So let's see what's in store for you, Virgo, during this Mercury retrograde season, which lasts from the 26th of February all the way through to the 20th of March. Okay, can you show me Virgo, please? Can you show me Virgo? Can you show me Virgo, please? Can you show me Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Virgo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Couple of shuffles, please. Okay, right. In your current energy, Virgo, the Page of Cups. Okay, that's sweet. Crossing you, the Magician. Okay, that's one of your power cards shared with Gemini as well. Points quite strongly to retrograde season, the Magician, because Mercury is a Mercury card, ruler of both Gemini and Virgo. In the supporting energy, we have the Ace of Cups. I think there might be new love on the way, Virgo. In the exit, the Five of Wands, beautiful. And in your crown, the Lovers. Well, the Lovers, Virgo, really? Okay, well, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed your reading. We're just going to leave it there. Yeah, love. Great. Good job. Perfect. We don't need to know any more, do we, Virgo? Right, in your focus, we have the Ace of Wands. Ooh. Things just got a little bit spicy, Virgo. We've got new love, we've got new passion, we've got conflict leaving in the crown, the Lovers. So I believe that the person is known to you, or they will be during retrograde season. The Magician, it's happening. You're making things happen. Okay, this is aligned energy. The Magician only works in alignments when he's, you know, being positive. He is on his side, so it could be misaligned, but I don't know. The energies surrounding this, particularly with conflict leaving there with the Five of Wands, I don't think so. I think this is positive alignment. Okay, let's go into the pathway and then I'll clarify and we'll go into the details, Virgo. Okay. Right. Okay. Your higher self advice is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're looking really good. Yeah, I bet you are. The energy surrounding you, and you might not be aware of it, is the Hanged Man. It feels like nothing's happening with this one at the moment. So that I was on to something there. I was like, either this person has crossed you now or they will during retrograde season. Okay, so some of you with the hangman, you might be just waiting a little bit for this person to come in. In the energy that surrounds you, you might, I'm sorry, in your hopes and fears, death. So a change, transformation. Okay. That's the thing with new connections. We both crave them, but we fear them also, because with new connections brings changes and going outside our comfort zones, of course. And then in the outcome, you have the Eight of Pentacles. That's one of your cards, Virgo. So I'm comfortable with this one. Eight of Pentacles means productive, and that's how you view relationships. If they're productive, they're positive. If they are unproductive, then they wear on you quite heavily in an energetic sense. So it looks like this is building towards something, which is great. Okay, well, let's go to your Page of Cups before I speak too soon, Virgo. Page of Cups, please. Can I see the Page of Cups? The Page of Cups, please. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, please. The Page of Cups. Are we the right way? Double checking. We are now. Okay, the Page of Cups. I do read reversals, but I like them to be natural. And sometimes that also includes the way I happen to pick up the deck. Everything is a synchronicity, guys. Okay, the Page of Cups, please, for Virgo. The King of Cups. The Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. Things just got serious. Yeah, this is an emotionally mature energy that you're connecting to. They're meeting you on that level. The Hierophant is also the card of contracts and marriages. Eight of Wands, communication, you're at talking stage. Or if you aren't yet at talking stage and you have no idea who I'm talking about, you will be communicating with them soon. This is a karmic meeting, by the way. The Hierophant also talks about karmic ties, karmic bonds, karmic soul contracts. Contracts come in all forms. Legal contracts that you physically write out, your soul contracts as well. Okay, right, the Magician, please, in the crossing. Oh my God. The Lovers. The Five of Cups. The Ace of Cups. You let go of a lot of things in the past for this. There were other opportunities that came in with other people. They didn't work out for whatever reason, or at least what you thought was your person. So I think you might be in a bit of disbelief when this comes in, but this was basically what you've been waiting for, I believe. Your ideal of what the Lovers is to you on every level. And there are opportunities you passed up with others to find your match that is not, I don't want to say perfect match because no one's perfect, but I think you understand that, Virgo, and you know what I mean in a mature sense. Wait for that match that really, really resonates you on all of those levels, hits all those ding-dongs. I think this is the one that you've been waiting for, but I think there's also going to be a little bit of disbelief, like, okay, is this another karmic lesson again? I think I had something similar for you last Sunday as well. Okay, let's go in the exit at Five of Wands. Who's this, or what is this in the exit? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the Hanged Man. Hanged Man's here too, interestingly, and the Four of Swords. You've been waiting out this a long time, haven't you? And you've had an inner conflict about whether or not it's ever going to come. Also, the Five of Wands speaks to competition. So again, I think there's been other people in your past where you've had to go, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you. And it's made you sad to let them go, some sadder than others. But you've had to go through a whole process to get here. You didn't just wake up one day and bump into this new person. No, this is part of a wider trajectory for you. You've gone the long way round the houses, as we say in the UK. Supporting the reading is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Eight of Cups. We have the Magician again. And we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Hang on a minute. Right. Oh. Right. Okay, so side note, some of you are unstable at the moment. Now, I don't mean mentally or anything like that, although maybe. As in, there's something in your home life that you need to work on that's not stable. Either your finances, could be the house itself, could be the people in the house. Something's not stable at the moment. I can't tell you much more than that, actually. Because of this reverse Ten of Swords, it's almost like something that should be gone is not gone. but you're kind of hanging on to it, or you're trying to revive something, but while you try and revive the old thing that should be gone, it makes you more unstable. Why this is in the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups can speak to renewal as well. Okay, I'll give you that, Ace of Cups, that's true. Have you been hanging on to an energy in particular and it just wasn't getting started? It wasn't establishing itself. I mean, I don't know if this is this person coming in, because the person coming in towards you, or that you're newly connecting to now, is someone who's rock solid. There's someone or something in the past, though, that you keep trying to revive or bring up. But it's making everything else around you unstable if you keep doing that. It could be totally unrelated to relationships. It could be something else entirely. But in your Ace of Cups, emotionally you're feeling it at least. Okay, I want to go into the Lovers and your crowning energy. Might explain that a little bit more, how it's related. Sometimes you do get messages come through that aren't related, because, I mean, this is a snapshot of everything going on. And you do well, Virgo, when you're grounded energy. And if you're creating ungrounded energy because you're trying to manifest a particular person, that's where manifestations go a bit wrong. When people try and manifest a particular person, that person's energy also has to align with that manifestation. If it doesn't, it upends your reality, your physical reality. But I think you've learned that, or you're learning that now. Ten of Swords reversed, Magician, Ten of Pentacles reversed. Now, the best way to manifest love and abundance, or whatever it is you want, is to ask the universe, bring in the love that is best for me. That is much more malleable, that is much easier to work with, and you are more inclined, or what's the word? I want to say increase. You'll have an increased likelihood of getting the result that you want. Anyway, can I get the Lovers, please? The Lovers. The Queen of Pentacles, there you are, my darling. The Four of Cups, and the Page of Swords in reverse. You stopped looking for a while, didn't you? You stopped looking for anybody. You were like, no one out there for me. I'm just going to take care of myself. But it's always been in the back of your mind, though. It's been on the mind. But I don't think you've acted on it, as in you might not really be out there dating. You might not be meeting anyone new at this time. So that goes back to, some of you may not have met this person yet. Some of you have only just started talking to this person. And they've come in and you're like, oh yeah, more of the same. More of the same. That kind of energy. Right, the Ace of Wands in your focus. But then something catches your attention. Can I get the Ace of Wands in the focus, please? Can I get the Ace of Wands in the focus? These ones? Okay, oh, the Ace of Swords. Oh, geez, lots of aces. Okay, your interest is piqued. Page of, the Page of Wands, and then the Six of Swords in reverse. You revisit somebody. I think you may have met someone or were talking to somebody, and at the time it just didn't go anywhere. You were just like, I'm not into this. They say something, Ace of Swords, that gets your attention. Then you start to open up a little bit, Page of Wands, and then you go back. Six of Swords in reverse. I love it when the cards are really clear like that, yeah. So I think it's someone you were either speaking to, or someone you're speaking to and now amongst other people, something like that, where you're like, I don't think this is the one. But they do something that thinks, maybe. Turns out this person's energy is beautiful. They've got the Hierophant. Male or female, like, they know their shit, you know, they're mentally aligned, spiritually aligned. Whether they've shown that side of themselves to you yet, I don't know, because I'm seeing this as being fresh. But it lights you up, lights up your heart space, opens it right up there, which is really beautiful. Okay, Queen of Wands in the high self-advice. Queen of Wands, that's your fine self, Virgo. That's Queen of Wands, is very attractive energy, okay? She brings in what she wants and she goes to get what she wants. The Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Cups. So this person does a very nice equal give and take with you. However, there is still overthinking. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too surprised you're a Virgo, ruled by Mercury. We're in Mercury retrograde. You're going to have a little bit of overthinking from time to time. Try not to lose yourself into fantasy there, Virgo, and start projecting a huge future onto this person, because we don't know. We just know at the snapshot at the time of this reading, this person is a very strong contender for that, but you've got to give them time to actually prove it in reality. Okay, can we get the Hanged Man in reverse, please? The Hanged Man in reverse. So you're showing me, even though they're doing everything right, I'm still worried and I don't know why. Because you're a Virgo. Embrace it. The Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Five of Cups. You are afraid of disappointment, aren't you? You've been disappointed before, that's why. No, I agree with you. Take a slower approach, the Hanged Man. I believe the person attacked to you. Excuse me, Virgo. This person attached to you at the moment, they've been hurt too. A lot of hurt in both of your energies. I believe that's shared between you. It might even be a point of bonding. Be careful it doesn't become a trauma bond. But I don't think you are, because you're showing me Hanged Man. You're like, I'm going to wait because I've been hurt before. You are keeping a cut back for yourself, as in you're giving them some affection, but you're not giving them all your affection. And you are investing some time and energy into them, but you are wanting to do that over a long period of time to see what the results are, rather than rushing all in at once at the gate, because you just don't want to keep repeating the past. It's getting very boring, right? It's getting boring. Right, death, please. In your hopes and fears. Death in your hopes and fears. Please, death. And in your hopes and fears, please. The Ten of Swords. The Creator. The Emperor. You're afraid of a self-fulfilling prophecy. In a way, you're almost saying like, my manifestation skills are that good that if I keep thinking about things negatively, I might create negative scenarios. Yeah, you're right, you might. I'm going to be blunt there, but you might. The Emperor is you. You're very self-assured. You're looking at a Virgo that's extremely capable. You take care of business. You get straight to the point. You're no nonsense. Not to say you don't like to have a good time and a joke, but when it comes to serious stuff, and if stuff needs to get done, you were there and you do it with confidence. However, you've done that before and it resulted in an ending. Again, you keep going back to something of the past that makes you sad and apprehensive, which is resulting in overthinking here. If something's going to end, Virgo, it's going to end. There's nothing you can really do about it, other than just turn up and show up in your best and put your best foot forward towards it. I mean, this is just hopes and fears. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I don't know why you seem to think that you are responsible for this ending or endings that you've had before. It takes two to tango, Virgo. Okay? I don't want this whole I'm unlovable, everything I touch turns to ash kind of attitude. Because you've achieved some amazing things. Just look back in your history. It'll prove it to you. Okay? Right, the Eight of Pentacles, please. There's no such thing as a small obstacle, Virgo. There's no such thing. Everything you overcome. For some people, just getting out of bed in the morning is a big thing and a big deal. They think it's small, but it's not. It depends what you're going through in your frame of mind. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles, please, in the outcome. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles in the outcome, please, for Virgo. The Page of Cups. Okay, right. The Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Virgo, you gotta stop doing this. Right, so you're showing me 1 foot in, 1 foot out with whoever this is, and that's fine. If you're not ready, please don't rush it. You're showing me you are going to work on this, you're going to show up for this, you are having your heart in it, but again, you're a little bit held back in the heart space. Two of Swords, it's because your heart is still currently closed because of overthinking. Nine of Swords. You're overthinking it at every single stage. Even though this person is showing up pretty good and fairly solid, maybe you're not used to that. Maybe that's why you're being super vigilant. I don't know. You're like, I'm investing in this, but I don't trust it until it pays off. I do get that though. Just be a little bit softer with your energies towards them. I think you are. But I just want you to be kind to yourself above all and not try and bother yourself with negative thoughts all the time, because it could become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You already know that. You've showed me. Okay. And this is only for retrograde season, so yeah, you're wise to pause this and take it slow. Retrograde season is only lasting like 3 or 4 weeks. If you feel rushed or pressured in that time, then yeah, absolutely, this is not your person, and you've done yourself a favour of this person ghosts or mistreats you, you know. Just keep a step back and observe, but also try not to step back so far you're coming across as cold. Okay, Virgos, my loves. Okay, right, can I get some universal advice for a Virgo? The Green Man, Emperor again. Okay, Emperor, you've got matching energies here. Okay, 2 Emperors. The Woodward, that's a chariot moving forward towards the sun, towards happiness. The universe is given a green light, you know. It's like one of those men that are on the runway of an airport with them flashing lights going, all clear to land, Virgo, all clear to land. The only obstacle you've got in your way at the moment is yourself. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please leave a comment below and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot. And if you're interested in any of my one-to-one readings, check the description box below for my links. And with that, Virgo, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. Today we're doing everything a little bit differently. We're going to just do a Celtic cross just to get a snapshot of where you are, where you've been, where you're going. I just wanted to get a bird's eye view of everyone while we're moving into this retrograde season. So I thought we'd do the Celtic cross and then I can go into the details as well because you know, Cappy, you know I like to get nosy, right? Okay, so let's jump straight in. Can you show me Capricorn, please? My happy Cappies. Can you show me Capricorn? Capricorn, please. Can you show me Capricorn? Capricorn, please. Can you show me Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to have the crossing on this side, Cappy, which is where we look at your overall energy at the moment. And then on this side of the board, we'll go into the crossing, which looks at any obstacles or opportunities coming your way throughout retrograde season. Okay, can you show me Capricorn, please? Can you show me Capricorn? Okay, your current energy, Capricorn, the Nine of Swords, not good. Right, okay, well, at least if we start from the bottom, it can go up from here, right? Yeah. Crossing you is a Two of Pentacles. You've got to make a decision over something. Something's weighing on your mind. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Supporting the reading is the Magician. Okay, so you're trying to manifest something, right? Okay. In your exit, you got the Sun. You did kind of get it. It made sense to you back then. It's not making sense to you right now. Maybe you've been given another option that might be better. You might be going for that. You don't know. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. In your Crown, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. There you are, my love. Yeah, you're just trying to find out a direction to go in. And in your focus, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, where you choose a direction, which is good. The logical choice rather than the emotional choice. You show me emotional detachment in your near future. I assume it's to do with this decision you're trying to make, but we shall see. Okay, I'm going to go into the pathway for you, Capricorn, just to see what's there, and then I'll clarify and close off with some advice from the universe. Okay, in the higher self advice is the Ten of Cups. Well, you're on your way to happiness regardless of what happens, Cappy, okay? In the energy that surrounds you and you might not be aware of it is the Queen of Wands. I don't know if that's you or someone else. We will find out when we clarify. Either way, you're going to be glowing up, or someone glown up is going to come towards you, and we will see. And in the hopes and fears, we've got the Page of Wands. You're afraid to open up to it though. You are all over the place, Capricorn, although it's Mercury retrograde. I don't normally see this level of indecisiveness in Capricorn energy, but it's Mercury retrograde. I actually said it at the beginning of the video. Check that out if you haven't already. Highly recommend. And then in the outcome, we've got strength. Okay, you're learning things, Capricorn. I like it. You're getting stronger by the day. Right, okay, let's go into that Nine of Swords, see what's going on there for you. What are you thinking about, Cappy? What's on your mind? Sharing is caring. Two heads are better than one, Capricorn. Let's talk about it. Right, Nine of Swords, please. The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords for my happy Cappies or my not so happy Cappies today. But we're going to fix it, Cappy. We're going to fix it. Lydia's here, don't worry about it. Okay, we've got the Nine. Who is that? Who is that? Someone peeked. Okay, the Nine of Swords, please, for Capricorn. The Two of Swords, okay, indecision. Yeah, the Fool, about pathway. The Three of Swords, you're afraid it's going to hurt. Some new path you're going to go on. You're like, ah. Also, you might be emerging from hurt, and that's why you're in cloudy judgment. You're between a rock and a hard place, Capricorn. What can I say? Between the Three and the Two of Swords, it's not a comfortable place. Now, heart space is closed. There's pain associated with this. Emotions might be influencing your logic and decision making. But it's temporary, Capricorn. You know, the Three of Swords is the only card in tarot that has rain in it. Did you know that? That's because rain is temporary, like heartbreak. Healing is temporary too. You know, you get there in the end. Can I get the Two of Pentacles, please, crossing? I want to see what you're deliberating about. What is this? A bit more on it, please. Who is that? So one pick the Page of Cups. Okay. The King of Wands in reverse and Judgment. You are being offered to go after something, or you want to go after something that really speaks to your heart, Capricorn. What you're lacking is confidence. Confidence is the issue. The decision's almost been made on a karmic level, on a universal level. This thing, this decision, this place you want to go to or person you want to move towards is destined for you in some way. However, your confidence level is on the ground. The King of Wands is the most confident card in the deck. The most confident king is the King of Confidence. He's on the ground. He's upside down. He doesn't know who he is, what he wants. He doesn't believe in himself when he's in reverse. Oh, look, the Ace of Cups is here as well. It flipped itself over on top of my deck there. It might be a new love that you're going towards, but you don't feel you're good enough for them or something like that. You're like, oh, no, not me. I couldn't possibly. But why? Oh, they might hurt me. I know, Capricorn, they might, but I don't know. Do you want to live with that what if? That's all I can ask you, Cappy. Right, oh no, I want to go for the Sun in the exit. Why is the Sun in the exit? You're saying you're saying to me, like, because everything was fine, I was going along quite nicely, and now I like a person or a situation, now I want to go for it, but I daren't because I'm not good enough. It's going to end badly. That's what you're telling me. But I don't think that's the case, Cappy, if I'm honest with you. All right, can I see the Sun in the exit, please? The Sun in the exit. The Devil. Okay, there was an attachment before. The Moon. Right, okay. And the Sun again. What are you talking about, Capricorn? You were like, I was happy before, then something happened and I wasn't aware of it, so I can make that mistake again, so maybe I should not connect with anything at all. No, you can't do that, Capricorn. That's not living life. You should be two suns here. Someone made you very happy in the past. Everything was grand, everything was fine, everything was going great until it wasn't, because there was a moon. There might have even been something going along on the whole time you didn't know about. Under the moon, then you uncovered some kind of toxicity or distortion in the energy regarding an attachment. Could either be a bad habit, doesn't have to be a person. For others of you, this was a person. No, I didn't shuffle those, so they don't count. You know the rules, Spirit. Okay, right, let's go to the Magician who's supporting the reading. The Magician, please, in supporting the reading, the Magician. The the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, whatever you did, you had to end it for your own good, and it did result in your own good, and you're doing fine, and you're doing marvellous, you're doing wonderful, and you're feeling like yourself again. You don't want to rock that feeling of like yourself again, because in the past you did, and it hurt. I mean, I don't know what this person did to you in the past. They might be coming back around as well, by the way, since their energy is on the table and it's Mercury retrograde. But you ended it for your own good, and you learnt discernment, Capricorn, basically, to look after yourself first, then to look after others. You are carrying that lesson with you on this next leg of the journey. So the chances of you experiencing exactly the same thing again are significantly reduced when you do that. Okay, let's see the Knight of Pentacles in your focus. This is your intention. This is what you want to do. Okay. All right, can we get the Knight of Pentacles, please? The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles in the Crown, please. The Knight of Pentacles in the Crown. Or at least what's on your mind at this time. It doesn't mean you're actually going to do it, but it's your plan. Cappy's got a plan. The Three of Cups in reverse. Why? The Emperor and the Seven of Cups. You're going to leave it, aren't you? You're not going to engage with this. You're like, no, I'm not going there then. You've been quite resolute in your decision. But there's you've got the Seven of Cups. Your thinking is clouded, though. You're not thinking as logically as you normally do. Again, retrograde energy. Three of Cups is illusions and distortions. Okay. Can we look at the Eight of Cups? I told you were going for the more logical choice rather than the emotional one, right? In your focus. Okay. The Chariot. Oh, Jesus. Capricorn. What did this person do to spook you out? The Ace of Swords and The Seven of Pentacles. Then I respect your decision, Capricorn, 100%. You're deciding to not go down the emotional route with an individual or a situation. You are sticking in your lane to what is known to you, what is facts to you. You're basically staying in your safe zone. However, you are investing in your inner knowledge. You're trusting your knowledge, your inner knowing. So I think that's a really good thing for you, Capricorn, to be honest. But you're almost running away from this. Why the hurry? You're like, no, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm not connecting with this. I know what I'm doing. I'm going my own way. I have other investments and other choices. Good for you, Capricorn. Okay, high self-advice, 10 of Cups. Moving on to this connection then that's intercepted you. Right, the 10 of Cups, please. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. The 9 of Swords. The Chariot. The 7 of Wands. So I'm looking at you like that. Because as soon as you leave, you regret it. And you're like, why did I do this? And you're like, there's no going back now. You start stressing out in your decision. The 9 of Wands, you're being defensive, Capricorn. The 9 of Wands is protecting your interest, but it can also be protecting, keeping things out that are good for you as well. And then the Chariot is then going straight into the 9 of Wands, overthinking, stress, anxiety. And this is over the concept of your happiness with others. Capricorn. Queen of Wands, please, is the energy that surrounds you, and you might not be aware of it. That's your confidence. Okay, that makes sense. It's because you've listened to what you think is your intuition, but it's not. It's fear. Right, the Queen of Wands. I don't want to tell you off, Kathy, but I care about you, and I want you to engage with things that are good for you and not live a life in fear. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. The key is in the confidence, right? The Queen of Wands again, the universe going, yes, yes, exactly that. And then the 9 of Cups, personal happiness and wish fulfillment, confidence. That's the only thing you're missing. This is a fear-based running away from something that could potentially be great for you. Now, I'm sorry, I know I'm being harsh, Capricorn, but deep down, if you're honest with yourself, you already know that. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. Now, if you're a Capricorn sitting here and you have a laundry list of reasons why this person is awful and you shouldn't be with them and you're completely turned off by this person, then this is not your reading. Go check another placement. It happens, okay, and it's totally normal. Your reading will be in there somewhere with your other placements. But for the Capricorn that has gotten this far into the reading and is resonating, this is coming from fear. And I'm telling you that out of love, my darling, okay? I don't push people onto people. I never would, and I'm not doing that now, Capricorn. But what I am saying is, why deny yourself something that seems reasonable and open and lovely and warm to you as well? Because of fear. It just seems like such a shame. That's all. Such a shame. Anyway, the Page of Wands in the hopes and fears, and your fear of opening up here, okay? The Wand speaks of confidence throughout this whole reading. The 3 of Wands, okay, yeah. The Star and the 6 of Swords. You're keeping a distance from this on purpose because even though you're drawn to it, the 6 of Swords is about moving to calmer waters, and this is Star's a wish you've had for a little while, and it's very close to coming sorry, a bit of a stammer there, sorry Cappy. It is at risk of becoming true, if that makes sense. Like, you're like, if I open up to this and this is not what I thought it was going to be, then what will I do next? So that's part of the fear, as well as the confidence levels that you need to increase. It feeling undeserving and unworthy. So I just keep my distance from that, lest I get burned. You're not Icarus, Capricorn. You're not flying too close to the sun. You're resonating with something. And it feels gorgeous. And I understand why that can be a frightening energy. Can I get strength, please? Strength in the outcome. I think you do it. Strength. Be bold, be brave, Capricorn, okay? Right, strength, please. Strength. Can I see strength? Strength. The 3 of Pentacles. Strength again. The 6 of Wands. You do it. Okay, you get there. Oh, Take it out with me sometimes, you do, loves. Because I love yous. That's why, Cappies. Right, okay, 6 of Wands, victory. You go for it, you get brave. That's also that confidence. You start working on your confidence, okay? I mean, it's not as obvious on this card because it's an owl, but in the Rider Waite, it's a man on a horse with a stick and everyone can look at him and he's looking great, he's feeling great. So that's you working on your confidence there. It takes some strength, it takes effort to do that. And then the 3 of Pentacles, you reconnect with whoever this is. You reconnect with them in the physical, practically, to say, look, how about we try be friends? And see where it goes. But in a serious note, not in a, you know, classic line that someone who clearly just wants friends with benefits or a situationship says it. But no, for your own protection as well, you want this, but you want to take it slowly through Pentacles. And it seems that that energy is still open to you by the time you get there. Oh, Capricorn, we went round the houses on that one, didn't we? I don't think I've ever seen in real time watching energy run away and come back. But you come back so calmly and cleanly and you thought about it, and I respect it, Capricorn, I do. Right, let's get some universal advice, please. The universal advice for Capricorn. The universal advice for Capricorn, please. Universal advice for Cappy. Universal advice, please. Universal advice. The Mirror, the Moon, I agree completely. The Hooded Man, the Hermit, also agree. And the 6 of Swords, transition. You're transitioning into a new phase of life. Oh, hang on, we have some leftovers here for you, Cappy. Don't normally do this, but they wanted me to see. Now, with them all being in reverse, they weren't in reverse on the table, so do it this way. There's the 6 of Wands, there's your confidence. The Queen of Pentacles, that's your queen, that's your comfort, self-care, self-love. Being confident in yourself is self-care and self-love. The High Priestess, listening to your intuition. Don't mistake fear for intuition, Capricorn. And then the 4 of Swords, become more aligned with your higher self, i.e. through spirituality, meditation, etc., etc., right? So that's just a little footnote from the universe for you to help you through this. The Mirror is the Moon. It talks about the subconscious. There might be something in the past, something in your childhood maybe, memories. Look into there. There might be things there that are knocking your confidence even to this day. The Hermit, the Hooded Man, he goes within to draw on his own wisdom, but he goes within with intention of leaving and re-emerging at some point to give that advice and wisdom to the world. So that's really the stage that you're at or will benefit from, Capricorn. So do take that time to yourself to reflect on why you might be withdrawing from these energies that are positive for you. And then the 6 of Swords, as you do that, naturally your thinking will calm right down. And then the transition will be a lot smoother from, saying, being single to partnered, or from being employed to self-employed, whatever this connection is to you, Capricorn. Just a little bit of inner reflection and guidance. You got this. You're not on your own. Spirit is right by your side, my loves. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And if you're interested in a one-to-one reading, then check the description box below for my Calendly links. And with that, Cappy, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until next time, take care.